I was pretty confident that I'd won that fight. And to have, like, you know, I visualized the moment post-fight, my hands getting raised, and then for that to sort of like shut down, I was a bit like, I was pretty gutted. And to be honest, at the first, I felt the ref sort of like grab my hand, but my hand didn't get raised. But you know, when they come back and they said that they had announced the wrong name, it was like, this is my moment. That was my moment to shine. And I had mixed emotions because it had been taken away. So, but to be a new two-time world champion is pretty amazing.
Did you feel a bit for your opponent having lost that way?
I did. Like, I just think, you know, it would be a real shit position to be in to, you know, be announced the winner and then be called back. You're not the winner. You lose your bout. So yeah, I do feel for her. But you know, for me, I believe I won that fight.
Were you told you won the fight before they called you back, or you found out after they regretted the scores?
I overheard that, you know, it was a wrong decision. So yeah, I sort of knew what I was expecting.
Talk about the fight. I mean, where did you think you got off to a really good start in the fight? Did you feel like you did enough to obviously to get that decision?
Yeah, I think I was controlling the first fair few rounds, maybe up until the sixth. Strong jab, had her on the back foot, maybe fell off the game plan a little bit towards the later rounds and made it a little bit more closer. But you know, that's something we're going to work on in the gym so that doesn't pop up again in the next one. But yeah, still confident that I had won the fight.
Talk about an immediate rematch. You got for that pretty much. How soon? I mean, I know you're going to enjoy this victory, but they're obviously talking about a rematch pretty quickly.
Yeah, look, speak to my team. Will organise all those things. I'm the fighter. I do what I'm told, and if there's a rematch, there's a rematch. I won't let it to go to that point next time.
Did anything about that her surprise you in the ring tonight? Is it what you expected, or is there something that she did in there that really weren't expected?
No, it was what we were expecting. You know, we knew that she was going to be a come forward fighter, throw punches and bunches. Yeah.
Did you get a chance to watch the main fight at all? It was just on between Vasiliy Lomachenko and Kambosos.
Unfortunately, I didn't get to watch a lot of it. I was out the back doing a drug test and I couldn't pee, so I was locked in the bathroom for the last hour.
Congratulations on the victory once again.
Thank you so much. Yeah, just wanted to thank my team. You know, I couldn't have got here without them. Promoter, my new head trainer, Craig Wilson, my whole team. It's been incredible. We've had a great camp and can't wait to do it again. Thank you.
So it's in the middle knee.
You know who the champ is. You know who really won the fight.
Being commiserations, it's in a way probably the worst way to lose it after what happened, obviously, with the announcement.
Yeah, I mean, I've got no words really. I thought I was comfortable in there. I was countering her jab with 3-4 shots. She may have been landing a jab, but I don't see how you can win a fight just landing a jab when you're getting hit with 3-4 shots every time. Yeah, no words. And then, yeah, the way it was announced, the ring announcer obviously thought I won. That's why he looked at the scorecards and announced it that way. Then to have it overturned, yeah.
What was going through your mind, obviously, that you're winning, you're celebrating, you're on top of the world, and then they've called you back? What was going through your mind?
I just thought...
They actually called you back. You know then that something's up. And
yeah.
Obviously...
As soon as they called me back, I thought, what's going on? And then they started announcing the scores again, and I thought, they're taking this away from me. I just know it. And you didn't actually know what was going on. They just pulled you again and started announcing the scores again. I thought they can only be trying to change it. But
It's bullshit. Listen, we've got all the respect in the world for Shanika and her team. Like they've been good all the way through, but that's bullshit. We've been brought over here. We've been set up from day dot. We asked for neutral judging. First of all, it was all from New Zealand for Shanika. We're the champion. Then all of a sudden, it was all from Australia. Then we get told there's no drug testing. We've had to say we're going to pull out if there's no drug testing. It should be mandatory for all world title fights. Everyone knows what's been going on in the sport. Then we get 3 people after say you shouldn't change it. 3 people, the WBA, Lou DiBella, someone else, all saying to us, you should have kept the original judges. What, that makes a difference? Do you know what I'm saying? Well, like, it makes a difference. Like, that gives you the right to rob us. That girl has been blatantly robbed tonight, and to do it like that as well.
I don't know what that Japanese ref, like 98 to 92. How
like
can
anyone who's got a pair of eyes and a pair of goggles, or do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Like, to score that 8 rounds to 2 is a blatant robbery. Blatant.
Everyone thought that was actually very wide. Talk us about obviously the fight. Did you feel like there was a bit of catching up to do? Did you feel like the early rounds, or did you feel like in control?
No, I thought I won the early rounds. Like, I thought if anything, she won a few of the later ones. Like, she was coming forward and she's catching, like she was throwing a jab, and I'm hitting her with 4 or 5 shots. So, yeah, I thought I was in control. But
well, listen, we feel like from day dot. We said it from day one. This was the problem with coming to Australia. And you're killing Australian boxing by doing things like this. It was all set up for Shanika. She's got a massive profile, she's got a massive following. It's all set up for her to go and unify against Yoshida because Lou DiBella's got Yoshida. That's what it's about. We've got a rematch clause. I guarantee it don't get activated. Do you know what I mean? We're activated. Do you know what I mean? But then they'll go and do that. They'll go and do the mandatory, and then they'll go and fight Yoshida. Listen, this is bullshit. What's happening in boxing? Do you know what I mean? Like, we're the most respectful people. We've been humble. We're humble. We've been nice to everyone. Everyone's treated us good. But we just feel like this is bullshit. Like, it shouldn't matter what country, and it goes on too much. Do you know what I mean? That's a blatant robbery. The girl won the fight clearly. There's not a person. I don't think there's a person on social media that's give Shanika the fight. You've only got to look at their team and Shanika after the fight. They're not even celebrating after the fight. Do you know what I mean? She's come into her dressing room. What was her answer? I'm sorry, like, I'm not the judge. That tells you everything you need to know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. You said it was a rematch clause. I mean, where?
But the problem is, it's whether the W.
Back to Australia by the sound.
But listen, we go wherever it is. Like, listen, this is
the rematch has to happen.
It has to happen. It's a blatant robbery. Like, I don't want to keep repeating myself, but it's just like I said. I feel like we've been set up. Like, we've got 3 or 4. The WBA man's been with us for the last few days, sort of on our side. And the next thing, he's from New Zealand. I was like, what did you think? And he was like, I don't know. Like, you know full well she won. Like, we've got how many people from Australia coming out and saying, like, it's bullshit, it's a blatant robbery. Do you know what I mean? Excuse my French, but it's not. If it was close and we're in Australia, I say, do you know what I mean? Fair enough, listen, she nicked the decision, but it was wild. I told her to slow down the first few rounds. She was throwing too many shots. I didn't want her to blow out. Do you know what I mean?
Obviously, you can't feel very strongly about this. I mean,
100% she lost that fight. Shanika knows it. A team now. Listen, I've got massive respect for her team and Shanika. I've got nothing bad to say about them. Yeah, they've been good. They ain't been disrespectful, but they know. Do you know what I mean? They knew then and they knew after. Like I said, for a fighter to come after and go, look, I'm sorry, I'm not the judge. Not like You could see it. If I didn't even listen, when she won, did you see anyone complaining? No one.
There was a lot of confusion in there, though.
Confusion after, but did you? But when they announced it, did you see that they knew it's a blatant robbery? Like Shanika's come in and stood there and said, like, I'm sorry, I'm not the judges. It's as simple as that. Do you know what I mean? Sorry.
100%.
100% we're going to protest it. Let's see if Lou's a man of his word and does a rematch and shows that we ain't been set up. Let's see that. Do you know what I mean? Listen, like I said, we're humble people. We're respectful. Do you know what I mean? Listen, there's a lot of things going on like this week. Like I said, all we wanted was to be treated fairly. Drug testing, which will be mandatory for any world title fight, no matter where you are. I think everyone will agree on that. Do you know what I mean? Should be drug testing. Neutral judges. We had a British referee and judge here. He wasn't even on the panel. Come on, that tells you everything. Do you know what I mean? But regardless of all that, she won that fight. There's not a person on social media. We go through social media. Everyone will have a look at your phones. Everyone's saying bullshit, 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 robbery. Everyone. The only people that are saying it is like OnlyFans people. Do you know what I mean? Like the odd 2 or 3. It's as simple as that. Like I said, Shanika's. I don't want to keep going on it. Shanika's team know they lost. And like I said, we've got massive respect for them. Nothing. It's not their fault. They're not the judges, but they know they lost.
You mentioned the drug testing. She just said that she was actually drug tested up.
Yeah, because we've been demanding it all week. It weren't going to happen. Let's be honest. Let's everyone be honest. Like, it wasn't even happening. But apparently, it's the Australian Commission don't sanction it, but the WBA said it's a mandatory for them, and we said we're not fighting if there's no drug testing. It should be an even playing field. So basically, we was told there's no drug testing. So you're opening up the gates for someone to go and do something. You're telling them they're not going to be tested. What's that all about? That's bullshit. Drug testing should be mandatory. It should be mandatory full stop. Do you know what I mean?
But it's not in most of the world. I mean,
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah, but I'm right in what I'm saying. It's a dangerous enough
I think
sport.
at least if they didn't drug test you,
Listen, this is a single mum with 2 little boys. This is a single mum with 2 little boys who's 41 years old, who's fought her heart out for that belt. She's worked her bollocks off, yeah? And we put our trust in this man, and we put our trust in everyone else, and I feel like we've been fucked over.
And you got to be bigger and better than most of the world.
Yeah, this bullshit in boxing.
When we were able to rectify it, we rectified it. And that's
But then I've been told by 3 people today, the WBA, I've been told by you, Lou, with all respect, listen, I'm not having a go, it is what it is, and another person, yeah, and they're all saying to us, well, you should have kept the Australian. Why? Why should I keep the Australian?
Huh? I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'm saying
Because they're better judges.
We're better judges.
Oh, right.
That happens to be a fact. Oh. The judge with the fucked up score was the neutral judge.
Yeah. So that makes you. Yeah. So basically,
that score. There is no way in the world.
So that makes you right to be robbed.
No, I agree. No way, either way.
No way in the world that was an 82 fight. And
but is it understandable why we would not want 3 Australian judges?
And an Australian ref.
Of course it is, but
and originally, I believe that we had.
And do you know what? No, let's stop. And the WBA man said to me, you should have kept the 4 New Zealand judges. I said, I never changed we never asked them. We didn't even know anything about it till we see it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. You do as well?
Yeah.
And who wants the rematch?
Who thought Nina won? Who thought Nina won? Let's be honest. Come on. Let's be honest. Unless you're from Australia. Rematch. Thank you.
Thank you. That's what we need.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for your time.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys. We've got Loma and Rob coming up next, so just be in a moment.
Right.
People lose me. I'm going to say something. You're on a different continent where airfares cost $10,000 to $15,000 to get here. Generally, in this part of the world, the judges come from this region.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, many are experienced and many aren't. The New Zealand judges, we absolutely, first of all, treat it as New Zealand, she's a Kiwi who moved to Australia. But the reason that it was changed to Australian judges was because the Australian judges were far more experienced. And as you saw in the Maloney fight, Australian judges don't really tend to overly favor their own. There have been very few outrageous decisions on the Australian continent. So sometimes you have to make a judgment. I get why you would want neutral officials, right? But you saw sometimes what happens. The neutral official, one of the neutral officials, had a completely ridiculous scorecard, right? So, but it's no one's fault. I mean, the real horror of that was the emotion of being announced the winner and having it reversed. That's horrible. Horrible. Hey, Jay.
back in the middle. No, we'll put him in the middle. You want him sitting next to Loma? You know, you sit in the middle. Yeah, you go this way. Give the old man a hand. It's not old. Please welcome everybody, Lomachenko.
Lomachenko. That was some performance.
Thank you.
Very good. Very. Okay, how do you want to start this off? I think probably the best way is to get a couple of words from the champ. So, one of the great fighters of our time. He was the greatest amateur fighter ever, and he's been a really great blessing to the professional boxing ranks. Nobody around fights with the ability as Loma. So I turn the microphone over to the champion, Vasiliy Lomachenko.
Thank you very much.
How does it feel, Vasiliy?
I feel great. I'm happy because I'm a world champion again. It was my goal. It was my motivation, and now I'm a champion again. I'm very happy. I want to say thank you to my promoter, Top Rank, who gave me this chance, my team, my father, my coach, my manager Regis, part of our team, big part of our team, Andre, second coach and psychologic, my psychologic, Russ, my family, my kids, my friends, and of course, I need to say big thank you to our God, Jesus Christ. Thank you very much.
Russ, what did you do there?
Vasiliy, fantastic performance tonight. Dominated the fight from start to finish. Did anything about George surprise you? Obviously, you're playing very well for him, but did you do anything different in there that you weren't expecting?
No, I expect a little bit more, but everything he did, we was prepared for this, and I saw this during the fight, and I need to be just adjust during the fight, round by round, and I feel during the fight, I feel what I can finish him.
You became the first fighter to finish George Kambosos tonight. Was that something that you always wanted to do in this fight? Because obviously late in round 11.
No. For me, it was not a goal, but this was a world championship, and we need to finish strong. This is what I did.
Loma, Tank Davis has called you out over social media, mate. Your response to that?
One more time, please.
Tank Davis
Tank Davis called.
called out Loma on social media.
Oh, he called Loma on social media. No.
That's easy to do, right? Social media, I can call out Mike Tyson.
Exactly. And you, the question would be asking a pregnant woman who just gave a birth, would you like to have another child?
Yeah, right.
Bob, talk to us about the performance you saw and the fight that you saw tonight from the man.
Well, it was a brilliant performance, and for me it was, having seen his first professional fight, it was almost like turning back the clock, because this was a vintage Loma performance, and I really believe that if he's going to continue in the sport, that he is going to be even more dominant in the next few fights that he has.
it's early and it's fresh, but I mean, do you have any idea what is next for Loma?
Well, there are, you know, the idea here in this sport is to win the belts and to win all 4 belts. So you can take an inventory. Tank Davis is fighting as Frank Martin, and it's a good fight, and we'll see who wins that fight. Navarrete fights next Saturday in San Diego, which is going to be on ESPN for a lightweight championship. If he was the 130-pound champion, now he's going up to 135. So he's a possibility. Shakur Stevenson is fighting in July in Newark, defending his WBC title. So he's a possibility. There are probably others. But, you know, when the time comes to determine what he'll be doing, I talked to the manager, my good friend Igis Klimas. He talks to Loma's father, and we'll come up with a great opponent.
Loma, is there anyone in particular out of that list that you would like to fight?
What?
Right now,
Есть какое-то имя?
no, right now, no, I don't want to fight right now. I just want to come back to my home, to my family, and rest a little bit, because last 6 months was very hard for me. We prepare hard. If you know boxing, you know how it's hard. You have a schedule, hard schedule. You have a diet. You have a hard training. It's very hard. I need to rest a little bit, and after that we can talk about future boxing.
2024?
Maybe.
After being in the ring with for 11 rounds with George Kambosos, give us your take and thoughts on George Kambosos as an opponent after the fight.
Про Камбососа можешь как-то прокомментировать его бой, который ты с ним 11 раундов пробыл?
I really expected more, a little bit more, but we prepare very serious for this fight, and like I said before, styles make fights. This is what happened. We have 2 different. Today my styles was better.
I do have to ask you about a fight that's coming up soon. Obviously, a huge heavyweight unification bout between Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk. Could you give us your take and thoughts on that fight?
Eggs?
Мы знаем, что через неделю будет большой бой Усик и Фьюри. Ты можешь сказать свое мнение про этот бой, который будет?
My opinion, I'm with my friend, I'm with my brother Alexander Usyk, and of course I wish him to win this fight, and the best man win this fight. This is very, very historical moment for boxing, for people around boxing, and of course for our Ukraine. It's very important fight, and I will be pray for Alexander, and I hope the best man win.
Are you going to the fight?
No, sorry, I can't, because on this day I will be on a plane.
Loma, you said before the fight it was not a war, it was art for you. Do you think there's art created tonight?
I tried paint this art, but I don't know, it's your, maybe it's your choice. It was not art.
Yep. Loma, besides winning the belt, what's one positive experience you'll be taking away from the trip to Australia?
Кроме того, что ты выиграл пояс, какой-нибудь еще позитивный вещь с собой увезешь отсюда?
Yes, this is place what I want to come back, because I like it, this place very well. I like people. People are very, very friendly, and I love very. In this city is very beautiful. It's amazing nature, amazing building, very clean, lot of animals, lot of birds. I like it, this place. Lot of water, and of course fishing. And a lot of people send me a message, hey Loma, go to fishing. But right now, before the fight I can, because I was busy. And right now maybe my goal will be come back to this place for fishing. But thank you very much. Thank you very much.
And you can give just a thought. He's the only one fighter who goes around the world and sells arenas.
Yeah.
Today was sold out arena.
Yeah.
We sold out in London. We sold out Madison Square Garden.
right.
We sold Staples. Not most of the fighters there
We
have like
know,
a
we
home
know.
fighters. Yeah.
So anyway, we're both going to Saudi Arabia. So if Turkey, we asked, right. Very excited.
No, exactly.
They give me a number, and I say, well, I can't do that. I go to the manager, right?
No, of course.
You
Always a pleasure.
will be able to
Let's play this. Let's play out together. Let's play out together in this one.
absolutely.
Now I will say, we're in a promotional contract. I can't make a decision.
Right, right, exactly. And then I would say, hey, promote it, but the decision has to be made by the team. All righty, have a good trip.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I know.
Safe travel.
Yeah, thank you.